Hello my friends, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be ranking all the 6 Scream movies from worst to best. So let's begin. I actually don't have Scream 3 on my worst of all the movies. I think that Scream 6 is the worst. Listen. Positives about this movie is that it's much more bloodier, obviously. Ghostface is more insane, more brutal, more violent. The movie has some pretty creative kills and some scenes where you kind of feel a bit like, well, you don't really know what's going to happen. And the cast is okay, I guess. Depends now. This movie's just pretty good though. It's pretty fun to watch because especially Ghostface is more violent. The movie has more blood and stuff, and it's just more creative, and it has very creative kills and stuff too. But the bad stuff about this movie that just makes this movie the worst is that the acting is really cheesy, or it's just some really much moments in this movie that are just kind of annoying to watch because it's so cheesy and bad acting. Basically, I guess, cheesy and bad acting. Another bad thing is that I think that when Sam sees Billy in the glass or whatever, I think that those parts and Billy tells Sam to kill everyone or whatever, I just feel like that's, I just feel like if they took that away from the movie, like, what's the point of having that in the movie? It's just really silly and a bit weird. Third thing is that the killer was pretty obvious. Not like really obvious, but it was quite obvious. Because obviously Ethan wasn't like one of the main characters, really, in the core 4. Jesus. It's just just feels like a very, I don't know. I think the old cast was much better at least, but obviously Dewey died and Sydney is somewhere I forgot. And yeah, third bad thing, not just the cheesy acting and stuff like that, an obvious killer, very cheesy acting, and also not just the best actors, is that the movie has a very weird ending, because apparently Mindy gets killed on a train, and Chad gets killed by Ghostface. So basically, what happens now is that apparently, yeah, they die, and then Gail dies. But apparently in the end of the movie, they're still alive, so they actually don't die. They're still alive, they just have to go to the hospital. They're quite injured, definitely, very injured probably. But Gail doesn't live. Like, why does that make any sense? Gail, who is, like, the main character, like, I get it. We have just had these characters for 2 movies. They were introduced in Scream 2022. Mindy, Chad, I think he was in that movie at least, with Tara, Sam. But still, it just feels like, why do you gotta make, like, the characters that aren't, like, the biggest main characters? And why Gail? Why can't she come back? Like, it doesn't really make any sense. But this movie isn't terrible, it just kind of... Because when I think of the Scream movies, now usually when I think of watching horror movies, I think of how scary they are, how fun they are to watch, and stuff, obviously. And just how good horror they are, kind of. The Scream movies aren't like 9 out of 10 for me, they're probably like 8 out of 10, most of the ones. But this movie just... And I just felt like the story wasn't that interesting either. I don't really know. I'm gonna give this movie probably a high 6 out of 10. Alright, moving on right now. Oh shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, moving on to Scream 3. This is everyone's like least favorite. I don't remember a lot from this movie, but why I'm not going to put it on the bottom of this list is because it's still entertaining. Even though it doesn't focus on like the main protagonist, Sydney, a lot in this movie. It doesn't do that a lot. It focuses a bit more on Dewey and Gale. And also when they're trying to solve who this murderer is or whatever. And well, this movie has a bit more like a complex tale, or maybe a more complex story or something. Now the thing is, when I was watching this movie, the subtitles were very, very weird, so I had to watch the movie without subtitles, and I just needed, because a few of the characters were talking really, really quietly, and a few of them were talking really loud, especially when they were screaming, getting killed by Ghostface, running, everything like that. So it was quite hard to focus on what was going on in the movie. Otherwise, it's a pretty fun movie, you know. I'm gonna probably give this movie a casual, in the middle, 7 out of 10. Alright then, starting off with number 4. On number 4 comes Scream 2022. Now this movie right here, Scream 2022. This movie right here has probably one of the best acting that I've ever seen in a horror film, actually. Tara's performance in the beginning of the movie when she gets very injured. I think that her acting is phenomenal. Same in the hospital scene. The hospital scene is also one of the coolest scenes in all these Scream movies, I think. The Dewey's death was kind of a bit sad, you know. You kind of felt like, well, you have had him in quite many movies, so it was quite unexpected, but also quite expected. This movie, I don't really know what to say. This movie is fun. It's good. Now, I didn't really want to rewatch the movie, even though I'm not going to say this movie is a terrible movie. It's definitely not a terrible movie. I just don't really want to watch it again, because I just feel like I kind of just want to see violent Ghostface. I just kind of I wanted to jump into the 6th movie just to rewatch that instead. And then I have some other movies that I'm going to watch coming up on my list very soon. So I just want to get done with the Scream franchise for now, at least. This movie's very good, but I just feel like this is the 3rd time they have the same idea thingy in a Scream movie, a party. Like, come on. Maybe this is like a recreation of the first movie, a party or whatever. I think this movie is also very, very cheesy. Definitely very, very cheesy. But it's a pretty good movie. Really big points to Tara's acting, or Jenna Ortega's acting in this movie, which is really, really, really good. So I'm going to give this movie probably a low 8 out of 10. Alright, on my... what was it? 3rd place. On my 3rd place, we have got Scream 4. So, Scream 4, basically, this may be a surprise to some people, maybe, but Scream 4, I really, really like this movie. Yes, it has some cheesy acting in the end. Some of the characters are just kind of annoying. Just very, very annoying, basically. But this movie is kind of like a more creative Scream movie somehow. I mean, the hospital scene was pretty cool, maybe, I guess. I don't remember a lot from this movie, and I think that the killer was actually pretty unexpected. So that's pretty good, I guess. But I don't remember a lot from this movie, though, even though I just watched it 2 days ago. But still, I remember that it was a good and fun movie to watch. It had some creative kills. It had some likable character. Now, well, except for the main characters. If we don't count the main characters, the characters weren't that likable. They were kind of annoying in the movie, not gonna lie. Otherwise, the main characters did a good job, I guess. And it's a pretty good movie. I'm gonna give this one, I'm gonna give it a bit higher score than the last movie, alright? I'm gonna give this movie a bit higher score than Scream 2002, 2022, maybe 2022. I'll give like 8.2 or 8.1. This movie maybe gets an 8.4, 8.5. I don't know. On second place though, I think at least, comes Scream 2. This movie right here is very, very good, because it has a very, very unexpected ending where you were really not expecting the killers to be these people. I think that this movie focuses good on like what happened back at the party. Well, it focuses more on these characters. It's just, I don't really know what to say. The movie has some creative kills, it has some creative scenes, some unexpected scenes when you think Dewey gets killed. I actually really thought he got killed, but he didn't get killed. At least not in this movie. And the movie just, it's just a good movie. It's a fun movie to watch. I don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about it. It could be a bit slow sometimes, but it's honestly a very creative and fun movie to watch. So I'm going to give this movie a 8.5 out of 10, maybe. And at number 1 comes the original Scream. Now, I don't remember a lot from the original Scream at all. This movie is obviously also cheesy. Name a Scream movie that isn't cheesy. That's like the only negative I have, maybe, that the characters in the movie are just cheesy, especially Stu, Matcha, whatever his name is, Stew, whatever. This is the movie that started the whole franchise. We get introduced to these new characters. The garage kill is probably the most probably the most memorable for me. The other kills I don't remember that much, but this movie is just a very good, nice way to start this franchise. And the movie is just very fun, and it's a great slasher movie, and killers are kind of unexpected, I guess, somehow. But the movie's just, I don't remember a lot from it, but it's just a really fun movie to watch, you know. So I'm going to give this movie maybe just a high 8 out of 10, maybe. Yeah. Thanks for watching.